Hi guys, welcome back to the Distinction Factory. Today we are going to be tackling some financial maths, higher purchase questions which apply to grade 8s, 9s and 10s, and this is just an introduction to it. So down here we've got our 4 steps on how to tackle a higher purchase question. This is the baseline steps on how to do it, and there might be a few things thrown in like insurance and things like that, but we can tackle that at a later stage. For now, we are talking about Karen, who wants to purchase a TV on hire purchase, and they give us the criteria down here, and they want us to calculate her monthly installments. So I've written over 4 steps for us. The first one says calculate her deposit. Usually the deposit is given as a percentage, which in this case it is. So you will take that percentage and you will times it by whatever your cash price is in order to determine what your deposit is. Okay, the second step says calculate the balance. So the balance is whatever you have left over to pay. Remember, you've paid up your deposits. You do not owe anything on that anymore. It's only whatever's left over. So in order to calculate your balance, you're just going to take your cash price and subtract your deposit from it. Now, this balance that you have is what you owe interest on, because that is the actual borrowed money from the shop. You didn't pay that to them as yet, so your way of saying thank you to the shop for doing you this favor is to pay them interest. And the interest formula that we use is the one for simple interest. A is equal to P into 1 plus I times N. And this A value will now be the balance that you just this P value will now be the balance that you just calculated. Then it says in step 4, calculate your monthly installments. So to get your monthly installments, you're taking whatever your total amount that you're owing is, which is this A value, and you are splitting it up over how many months you have or how many months you agreed to pay. So you're taking your A value and you are dividing it by the number of months. Okay, there is an example down here. It says that Karen's cash price for her TV was 20,000 Rand. Her deposit is 10%. That is 10% off the cash price. She's paying for 3 years and she's paying a 12% interest per annum. Calculate her monthly installments. So you can pause the video here, try it out yourself. If not, you can go through this example with me. All right, so step 1. Step 1, we need to get her deposit. So getting her deposit, we are going to take the 10%, which is what her deposit is charged at, and we are going to times it by the cash price of 20,000. That gives me 2,000 Rand as her deposit. From there, we need to go into step 2, which says calculate her balance. To calculate her balance, we are taking the cash price of 20,000 and we are minusing the deposit, which was 2,000. And that leaves us with a balance of 18,000. All right, then it says step 3, calculate the total amount owing. So this is after you've paid your deposit. We are going to say A is equal to P into 1 plus I times N. Remember, I mentioned that the P value is the balance, and we are trying to calculate the interest that's owing on that balance, and we must pay them. Our I is 12%. You can write it as 12%, 12 over 100, or 0.12. All are fine. And then you've got N, which is the number of years, and in this case, her number of years is 3. Then we can just substitute into our formula, 18,000 into 1 plus I, which is 0.12, timesing that by 3. That is awfully close. Let me just move this a bit away. There we go. That's the list of our givens, right? And this we can now just put straight into our calculator. We've got 18,000 into 1 plus 0.12 times 3, giving us 24,480. All right, perfect. Now that we have that, we can go into step 4. Step 4 mentions that we need to calculate her monthly installments by taking this A value that we just got of 24,480 and dividing it by how many months she's paying this off. And they tell us that she's paying for 3 years, and we know that 3 years can be converted into months by timesing it by 12. So that gives us 36 months that she is paying it off for. So I'll take the 24,480 and divide it by 36. And I get 680 Rand that she will be paying per month until the end of the 36 months. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed that lesson. See you in the next one.